Alright, throttlers, g'day, welcome back to the channel. Now, it's a bit of a rainy and miserable day here in Sydney town today. I've just met up with a couple of mates for a little run down the south coast. I've got my street glide out today, and I've got James just here in front of me. Pretty fresh rider, still on his learner's plates, but he's got a 1990 ZZR 250 Kawasaki. It's almost an antique these days. And we've got my old mate Paulie up the front there on a Yamaha V-Star. I think it's a 650 from memory. And just behind me, sitting in my pillion seat, is the lovely Hannah, which is James's partner. Obviously, as he's a learner, he's not able to double her, but she's jumping on with me for the day. This is we run down through the Royal National Park and have a look around. Now, a couple of things with this video, guys. I've just set up the Sena on the side of the helmet, and I have no idea what the camera position is like, so you guys are seeing it probably about the same time as I am, and it's either going to be okay or it's going to be shit. But either way, if it's in a really bad angle, guys, I apologise, but I haven't had a chance to set up my GoPro on this helmet yet. So I met James and Hannah up at Walleye Creek Station this morning, which is not far from my place. And it rained all the way to Sutherland. Half an hour, solid rain, wet roads. But the roads are a little bit drier here, and the clouds are starting to lift. So there's a good chance that we might have a nice little ride if we don't get any more rain. What do you reckon of my new Shoei Glamster helmet, guys? I really like it. It's I don't know where the microphone position is good enough or not, so again we're going to find that out, and whether it's wind affected or not. But really comfy helmet, really lightweight, and as I said in my unboxing video, I love it because it's just, you know, it's just like really compact on my head. It doesn't look like a massive bulky helmet sitting on top of my head. It's just really snug, but it's got all the beautiful safety and technology that a modern Shoei helmet should have. Really wet down in here. Being deep in the forest, I guess it just doesn't have a time to dry out from yesterday. The boys have left me in their dust on those little Jap bikes with no one on the back. They're having a good time, which is good. that I see. Actually, if you look at the barricade over there, you'll see there's a whole lot of dents in it. Alright, Bald Hill Lookout. There you go. Oh, hopefully it's not from me. I think it's something old. Yeah, it's not from me. The little ninja squad, they're all your team, mate. They're all your team, the little Jat bike squad.
They're just jealous they can't have it.
None of them have the patina that you have. See, he spends too much time making himself look beautiful. Alright, well that was a bit of an extended delay at Bald Hill Lookout. Young James broke his key off in his bike, so we had to wait for a locksmith. But that's a good little lesson for all of us. We were trying to jimmy it open, we were talking about potentially trying to hotwire it. Bloody hell, all we need to do is call a locksmith. Down Stanwell Park now, nice little stretch of road. We're going to go all the way down to Wollongong, Jamberoo, Kangaroo Valley before we head home. So James has got a new set of keys for his bike. We've got full bellies, a couple of burgers. And off we go. We've just come past Kiama and we're on the Kiama Bends, or the S's as people call them down here. Nice little winding bends through the rolling green hills and the bush. When I travel down the south coast, this is a nice little landmark for me to say that you've exited the city and you're now in the beautiful south coast country. I love it through here. Look out there to the left, we're right on the coast, green hills all the way down to the water. A lot of this area is dairy farms, and it's just absolutely magnificent. My spiritual home, I reckon, the south coast of New South Wales, and hopefully one day it'll be my permanent home. Absolutely love it. A nice little industry that's rising on the south coast of New South Wales is the wine industry. There's always been wineries down here, but they just seem to be getting bigger and better as the years go on. How's that view? I'm concentrating heavily on the road, of course, but I know that that view out there to the left is just magnificent. Gerringong and Geroa all down through there. Very beautiful part of the world. Alright, we just jumped off the freeway nice and briefly, heading into the beautiful little village of Berry. Now, this is one of the nicest little main streets in a little town in Australia, and up until recently it was actually a highway town, so this was the main thoroughfare to head from north to south, which made it a very busy little town. You'd come through and always be in a lot of traffic. All the business absolutely thrived because people would stop here for lunch and breakfast and coffee, drinks, dinner. But now the freeway goes directly past, which is great for time efficiency when it comes to heading south. But I always wonder whether the Berry residents, and in particular the shopkeepers, have struggled financially since the bypass went through. The positive thing is that it's actually become a nice little destination village now, rather than a highway town. So chances are it might be just as busy as it's ever been. It's a pretty little town. It attracts a lot of really interesting people. One of the most famous residents down here is a gentleman by the name of Jason Hodges, and he's a bit of a TV identity in Australia. Really nice bloke, and I know that he follows my Instagram account. I don't know if he watches my videos though, but Jason, mate, if you're watching this, shout out to you, mate. I hope that you're doing well. And there we go on the right hand side of the famous Berry donut van. Now I have to say that I've committed more than enough money to that donut van to keep it going for years and years. Alright, now we're heading up the Berry Mountain now, and the boys have swapped bikes just to give young James a go of a cruiser, and also a bigger displacement too. Although it's still a learner's legal bike, that V-Star is a 650, so it makes a really big difference. These little roads heading up the mountains, especially here, Berry Mountain, very narrow, even more narrow than Macquarie Pass that we saw on a recent video as well. But it is nice to be going uphill instead of downhill this time. There's something about tight switchbacks and going uphill that just is a little bit more fun, and for me a little bit more predictable as well. No need for brakes. You can do everything with your throttle and your gears. I don't know what you reckon, folks, but seeing big Paulie on that little ZZR 250. It looks a bit like one of those bears riding a circus bike, or a big clown riding a circus bike. Tell me what you reckon in the comments. Should Paulie get a ZZR 250 so he could dwarf it? Beautiful land up here. Tell you what though, when you get on these back roads like this, you really notice how bad the suspension is on the Harley touring models stock. Most of the riding I do is on pretty good road, and it's really enjoyable, and I haven't really felt the need to upgrade my suspension at all until today. And today, I would really love a suspension upgrade. I might have to start saving my pennies. I think this is where Indian motorcycles are differentiating themselves very well against Harley Davidson, because even stock out of the factory, the Indians are a more comfortable bike to ride, and they have a more adjustable suspension. They just seem to do technology better, Indian motorcycles, than Harley. To get a Harley up to those standards, you've got to stick your hand pretty deeply into your pockets. Don't get me wrong, I'm not bagging Harley, and I'm not saying that I don't love my Street Glide, because I really do. But this is definitely a downfall with these touring models. I mean, essentially you've got to remember that these are built for American roads. They're built to jump onto a highway and just ride, and that's what they do really bloody good. Australia's a different beast, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, because I do love my beautiful country. But it does mean that I need to do a little bit of work to this suspension to make it not only more pleasant, but a little bit safer as well.
The road ahead, it twists and turns, and the sun it beats down and it burns, but I keep on pushing through. And every step quicker than the last, my feet tread down this beaten path, and I keep on pushing through. 'Cause I get up, and I may fall right back down, but your love lifts me back to solid ground. Yeah, I get up, and I may fall right back down, but your love lifts me back to solid ground. And oh, I've come too far in this to raise my flag and call it quits. So I keep on pushing through. My heart it pounds. Yes, so sure I've had my doubts, but I must keep pushing through. Yeah, I get up, and I may fall right back down, but your love lifts me back to solid ground. sleep